So I'll start out by saying Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devim Goldavani Puricharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Yadesha Tarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Giridhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Brinda, and chant with me Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yeah, and there's one more mantra that we like to chant just before we start reading the Bhagavatam. And this is a mantra. It's Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So you can chant with me. I'll do it 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. There you go. Great. Well, I'm glad you're here with us. And we record these sessions for future posterity's sake, and we put them on the YouTube. And sometimes we get a lot more views that way than we do live, because Monday night at 7 o'clock may not be totally convenient for everyone. So let me catch you up just a little bit in case you don't know where we are in this chapter. We've gone through the entire Srimad Bhagavatam from Canto 1 to Canto 10. There's 12 total cantos. So we have 2 more cantos. And our study is about the avatars, when God comes to the earth. That's our study. Or comes to this universe, I should say.
Right.
He doesn't always come to the earth, but he does come to the universe. So when he's here, he does these marvelous pastimes. And those pastimes, he says, is self, Prichanaya Saranam Vanashyaya Chadushkatam Dharma Samstapanartaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. And what that means is he comes to deliver the devotees, to save the devotees, so to speak, and to annihilate the miscreants. So the rascals who are causing trouble, they get in trouble, but they get to go home. If God kills you, you're going home. So it's a beautiful thing. He's got it figured out. So we've been doing this study for a long time, and now we're at the most intimate pastimes of the Lord. These are the most esoteric, most difficult in a way to understand unless we're pure at heart. The problem with this is the beloved pastimes of Krishna with Radha. And in the material world, we equate that to a man and a woman in their romantic, lusty relationship. But it's not like that. Not like that at all with Krishna. There is no lust involved. There's no greed. There's no animosity. There's no any of that stuff on a material level. So when we say material, what that means is this body, this earth, there's 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego, which is beyond that according to the Vedas. So if we're talking about material life, that means birth, death, old age, and disease. And nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. Well, we don't love
the process.
If you love disease, I mean, that's a pretty cool thing. I've never heard of that, but maybe somebody does love it. I don't. But death is not so good. We have to separate from those that we love. And old age is not that much fun. I'm 71. I know a little bit more about it now than I did before. So I would rather be 16 again if I could be. And by the way, in the spiritual world, we live forever in an eternal youthful body made of Satchidananda Vigraha. That means form with knowledge, bliss, and eternality. So these bodies are instead made out of these separated elements, and they're bound to return to the earth. So we're not this material body. We're the soul that sits inside. We're the ones that pass away, and we go to someplace else. So I'm just giving you a little preliminary so you'll understand. So this relationship between Krishna and the gopis and Radharani is called Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya. Very beautiful. Madhurya Rasa means loving, intimate, conjugal pastimes. Conjugal. So if you can have conjugal pastimes in the material world, where do you think that facility was born? Do you think we came up with that ourselves? Maybe it came from God, just like everything else. Everything comes from God. So when we talk about these highest of all pastimes, we do it with a great deal of reverence and respect, and we don't cast our filthy mind on, you know what I'm saying, our contamination, in other words, on Krishna and Radha, which is the perfection of divine selfless love. So Krishna says in the Bhagavatam that his real purpose is to protect us and to provide for us and to have a loving eternal relationship with us where he is constantly giving. We're not giving, but Krishna is giving. As a matter of fact, the breath we breathe, the intelligence we're hearing with, the face that we have, the body that we have, everything that we have, it all belongs to God. So we want to do some service in return for Krishna. He's given everything to you.
Yeah.
What can we give him back? That's the idea. So anyway, the little preface to that, if you don't mind, I appreciate that. So before we start this chapter, I just want to catch you up on the last chapter. Just a little bit, if that's okay with you. Chapter 29 is Krishna and the gopis meet for the rasa dance. So Krishna actually pursued the gopis on an autumn night and played his flute under the full moon. And when he did, he disturbed the mind of the gopis with this arousal of romantic desire. Just like a woman, a girl likes a boy likes a girl. This is part of the program, okay? So in the same way, Krishna has relationships with devotees who want the Lord in that fashion. You may also want the Lord in a fashion, you be the parent of God. You may want to be the friend of God. You may want to be the servant of God. You may want just a neutral relationship with God at all. And you know what? You may even want an impersonal relationship. One of maybe paganism, you know, where you see God as a mountain or the moon or the sun or whatever it might be. All these relationships are valid and they exist. But normally we don't get to the rasa dance until we go through the full Srimad Bhagavatam. That's 10 cantos, and we've done that over a period of a year. So you're stepping in on the good stuff, as they say. So I've tried to preface this a little bit for you because it's going to be pretty intimate here in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll stop and discuss some of these things. But so Krishna played his flute. The gopis left their families. They left whatever they were doing at the time, and they ran to Krishna in the forest. Krishna told him, he said, good girls don't do this. Go home. He said, this is not appropriate in society. But they had worshiped Krishna to become their husband. And they had done this for a long time. And so Krishna appeared to them a year prior to this. And he told them, he said, yes, in 1 year, you will then be, your desires will be fulfilled. In other words, he would marry them. So basically, this is what this story is about, to tell you the truth. Okay. So they went to him in the forest, and he said, there's no place for a girl. This is dangerous creatures lurking about out here. What are you doing out here? What will your people think? You can't do this. So they said, well, we can't go home now. We've already abandoned our families for you. That our love is so strong that we gave up everything in the material world for you. And so here we are. And so Krishna said, well, if love has taken control of your heart, then I will accept you like that. So you see what I'm saying? So love means selfless service to another person. If I really love you, I'm worried about you. I'm not worried about me.
Yeah.
So if I'm worried about you and you really love me, then you're worried about me. I don't have to worry about me anymore because you're taking care of me and I'm taking care of you. So the difference in the material world is everybody's only worried about themselves. They don't care about others mostly. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. And even though they say they love someone, their love is a business arrangement. See what I mean? Because if you stop serving them the way they like it, they'll discard you in a moment. It's called divorce or breakup or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. It's just conditional on circumstances.
Conditional love. So this is unconditional love that we're talking about. So Chris said, I accept you in that situation. So when I told in the last, go ahead. You got a question?
Well, what occurs to me is so interesting if you look at the Christians and where Christ is the bridegroom to the church, meaning the people. So that's a little bit similar to this.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Very, very similar. As a matter of fact, Jesus is the bridegroom and the church is the bride.
exactly.
See what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yes.
in the Vedas, it says there's really
Same
only
thing.
one person who is the energetic, one God. And
Right.
from one God, a singularity, comes all of this that we see, which is unlimited variety, millions of different shapes, forms, sizes, this and that,
Beautiful.
all for for the pleasure of the individuals. That's really what it's for. But we
Yeah.
think
That's
it's
how much he loves us.
that's
That's how
correct.
much he loves us.
Oh,
Yeah.
you better know it. And so he's giving you the breath you breathe right now. Now, who else
Yeah.
is doing that for you? Right?
Nobody but
Nobody.
him. Yeah.
So we owe God everything. And so when we know that, then what happens is our heart melts. Our heart
Yeah.
melts. Yeah. And when the heart melts, it opens to the Lord and he can
Mm.
come in and he can live inside you. And that becomes ecstatic, not just pleasure, but
Yeah.
ecstasy. So that ecstasy is what we're missing in the world. We're trying to get it through mundane sex life, through power, through money, through fame. Any of these things, they bring us misery.
Outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
outside. Yeah, these are objects.
Mhm.
You can't get pleasure from an object. You got to get it from inside here with a spiritual connection that's eternal. Because the material world, you're separated. The sense is my touch. I can touch the computer. I can touch it, but when I remove my hand from the computer, I'm no longer touching it. So in the material world, we're always separated from that object of desire. We're always looking forward to having it. Like if we don't have money, we got to get money. We don't have sex life, we want to go get it. If we don't have food, we're going to go get it. So the senses are craving constantly their objects. But the gopis' senses don't worry about any material thing at all. They're craving Krishna.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all they're
amazing.
craving. And by the way, since Krishna is the source of everything, everything is included when you get Krishna. We're telling
I
somebody,
love it.
we're telling somebody today about an all-inclusive vacation. Rangavati will appreciate this. And they were going, oh, is it the rooms? Oh, no, it's not only the rooms, it's all the food and all the drink and all the water sports and all the and they're like, oh, it's all inclusive. So Krishna's all inclusive. What he gives you when you get Krishna, everything is then
Yeah.
situated perfectly for you and you become actually happy. So, we're going to start reading this story, if you don't mind, right now. And I just wanted to preface that since you're with us, Monica, and I appreciate you so much coming. So, I'll start with the first 10 verses, and then you guys can pick up. Jai Krishna, he always reads very nicely. He's in Dominican Republic right now, so we're importing him and then Raghavati, and you can read too, Mike, if you like. So, first text is Sukadeva Goswami said, when Lord Krishna disappeared so suddenly, the gopis felt sorrow. Now, I didn't finish the story in the last chapter, and let me stop just 1 second. Krishna was dancing with the gopis. He was actually in the center playing flute and singing songs while he actually expanded to each gopi, hundreds, actually, it says. And so he
Right.
was dancing in a whirl, like the whirl of a lotus, and he was at the center of the lotus. And they're dancing and they're giving sidelong, loving glances, and oh, it's amazing. And the gopis became very proud. They thought to themselves, I'm the luckiest woman in the world. Look what I have
Hmm.
achieved. Look what I have achieved. As soon as they did that, Krishna's gone. He's gone. He doesn't stick around for pride. Pride comes before the fall. So Krishna took off and left the gopis standing. So it says, Lord Krishna disappeared so suddenly that the gopis felt great sorrow at losing sight of him, like a group of female elephants who have lost their mate. As the cowherd women remembered Lord Krishna, their hearts were overwhelmed by his movements and his loving smiles, his playful glances, and enchanting talks, and by the many other pastimes he would enjoy with them. Thus, absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, the Lord of Rama, the gopis began acting out his various transcendental pastimes. I was telling somebody the other day when I went to India, all the villagers, they all come out during Janmashtami or any festival and they dress up like Krishna and Radha and they do plays in their front yard.
Yeah.
And all the people go around in a big circle and watch each play. And at the end, they're all rated, and somebody has the best play, and somebody, you know what I'm saying. So it's very, very cool. So the gopis were doing this as well. It says, because the beloved gopis were absorbed in thoughts of their beloved Krishna, their bodies imitated his way of moving and smiling, his way of beholding him, his speech, and his other distinctive features. Deeply immersed in thinking of him and maddened by remembering his pastimes, they declared to one another, I am Krishna. I am Krishna. So they were acting like Krishna and pretending to be Krishna. Now that's a transcendental thing. In the material world, we also think, I am Krishna. But the problem is we're not.
Yeah.
We're parts and parcels of Krishna. So the thing is, yes, we have the same characteristics, we have the same desires as the Lord. Yes, we have the same relationships externally and so forth and so on. But we are not God. And so as long as we're thinking we're God, we cannot know God.
Mm.
We have to surrender to God to actually know God. It says in the Bible, to know God is to love God, right? And God is love. So if you want to know God, you got to actually develop real, genuine spiritual love, like the gopis did. So it says here, singing loudly of Krishna, they searched for him throughout the Vrindavan forest like a band of mad women. They even asked the trees about Krishna, who, as the super soul, is present inside and outside of all created things, just like the sky. The gopis said, O Ashvata tree, O Plaksha, O Nyagroda, have you seen Krishna? That son of Nanda Maharaj has gone away after stealing our minds with his loving smiles and his glances. O Kurabaka tree, O Ashoka, O Naga, Punaga, Champaka has Balaram's younger brother, whose smile removes the audacity of all proud women. Has he passed this way? O most kind Tulsi, to whom the feet of Govinda are so dear. Have you seen that infallible one walk by wearing you and encircled by swarms of bees? O Malati, O Malaka, O Jati, O Yuktika, has Madhava gone by here giving you pleasure with the touch of his hand? O Chuta, O Priyala, O Panasa, Asana, and Kovidara, O Jambu, O Arka, O Bilva, Bakula, and Amru, O Kadamba, and Nipa, and all of you other plants and trees living on the banks of the Jamuna who have dedicated your very existence to the welfare of others, we gopis have lost our minds. Please tell us where Krishna has gone. Isn't that beautiful? So these are plants and trees we don't even sometimes have knowledge of, and they were here at a time 5,000 years ago or whatever, but they may have become extinct. Who knows? Some of the plants are still here. Bakula, we know that one. Of course, Tulsi, we worship with Tulsi. So, O Mother Earth, what austerity did you perform to attain the touch of Lord Keshava's lotus feet, which has brought you such great joy that your bodily hairs are standing on end? You appear very beautiful in this condition. What was it during the Lord's current appearance that you acquired this ecstatic symptom? Or was it perhaps much earlier when he stepped upon you in his form of the dwarf Vamanadev, or even earlier when he was embraced you in his form of Lord Bor Varahadev? Now, these are incarnations of God.
Mhm.
God comes in
Yep.
all species, comes in all
Yep.
species. So he's actually the monarch, really, in all species. So he came as a dwarf Laman Dave. I don't know if you know that story, but we've already done that one some months ago. And then,
Okay.
yeah, we also did Varaha. Varaha was in the very beginning, kind of. So we did that one. So I can tell you more about that later, but just know they're talking about previous incarnations. So who would
Okay.
like to pick up where it says, text 11, oh, friend, wife of the deer? Does anybody want to pick and read there? Monica, can you read there? Would you like to read the next team? Perfect.
Yeah, and just forgive me if I mispronounce. I'll do my
If you
best.
need help, I'm here. It's not a problem.
Okay. Oh, friend, wife of the deer, has the Lord, how do you say
Pita.
that? Achyuta been here with his beloved, bringing great joy to your eyes? Indeed, Blowing this way is the fragrance of his garland of kunda flowers, which was smeared with the kumkuma from the breasts of his girlfriend when he embraced her. O trees, we see that you are bowing down. When the younger brother of Rama walked by here, followed by intoxicated bees, swarming around the Tulasi Manjaris, decorating his garland, did he acknowledge your obeisance with his affectionate glances? He must have been resting his arm on the shoulder of his beloved and carrying a lotus flower in his free hand. Anasa sees creepers about Krishna. Even though they are embracing the arms of their husband, this tree, they certainly must have been touched by Krishna's fingernails, since out of joy they are manifesting eruptions on their skin. Having spoken these words, the gopis, distraught from searching for Krishna, began to act out his various pastimes, fully absorbed in thoughts of him. One gopi imitated Putana, while another acted like infant Krishna and pretended to suck her breast. Another gopi, crying in imitation of infant Krishna, kicked a gopi who was taking the role of the cart demon, Sakatasura. One gopi took the role of, oh, I don't know that one,
Trinavarta.
Trinavarta, and carried away another who was acting like infant Krishna, while yet another gopi crawled about, her ankle bells tinkling as she pulled her feet. Two gopis acted like Rama and Krishna in the midst of several others who took the role of cowherd boys. One gopi enacted Krishna's killing of the demon Vatasura, represented by another gopi, and a pair of gopis acted out the killing of Bakasura. One gopi perfectly imitated how Krishna would call the cows who had wandered far away, how he would play his flute, and how he would engage in various sports. The others congratulated her with exclamations of, "Well done, well done." Another gopi, her mind fixed on Krishna, walked about with her arm resting on the shoulder of a friend and declared, "I am Krishna, just see how gracefully I move." "Don't be afraid of the wind and rain," said one gopi. "I will save you." And with that, she lifted her shawl above her head.
That's wonderful. Thank you. You read so well. We really appreciate you being here with us. You know, it's nice if we add a little drama. One thing I can tell everybody here, you should go to Prabhupada Vani, V-A-N-I, Prabhupada
Okay.
Vani, V-A-N-I.org. PrabhupadaVani.org. And you
Okay.
hear a dramatic reading by Amalabhakta Swami, who was a Broadway actor. He was on Broadway in New York.
Right.
Became a disciple of Prabhupada, and he's done all these dramatic readings with music and sound effects. I think you'd really enjoy it. We're doing our best, but he did a great job.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you ever get a chance,
Wow.
go listen to that when you get a chance. Okay, so we have Jaya Krishna. We don't want to lose him. Sometimes we lose his signal. Would you mind reading the next 10, Jaya Krishna Prabhu? Are you there?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You are.
Okay, don't be afraid of the wind and rain, said one gopi. I will save you. And with that, she lifted her shawl above her head. Sukadev Goswami continued, O king, one gopi climbed on one another's shoulder and put her foot on the other's head and said, Go away from here, O wicked snake. You should know that I have taken birth in this world just to punish the envious. Then another gopi spoke up, My dear cowherd boys, look at this raging forest fire. Quickly close your eyes, and I will easily protect you. One gopi tied up her slender companion with a flower garland and said, Now I'll bind this boy, who has broken the butter pots and stolen the butter. The second gopi then covered her face and beautiful eyes, pretending to be afraid. While the gopis were thus imitating Krishna's pastime and asking Vrindavan creepers and trees, Where's Krishna? The Supreme Soul, might be they happened to see his footprints in a corner of the forest. The gopi said, The marks of a flag, lotus, thunderbolt, elephant, goad, berry corn, and so forth, on these footprints are clearly distinguished them as belonging to that great soul, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Scrolling my tab, but I'm sorry. The
Sorry.
gopis began following Krishna's path as shown by his many footprints. But when they saw that these prints were thoroughly intermixed with those his dearmost consort, they became perturbed and spoke as follows. The Gopi said, "Here we see the perfect footprints of some Gopi who must have been walking along with the son of Nanda Maharaj. He must have put his arm on her shoulder, just as an elephant rests his trunk on the shoulder of an accompanying she-elephant. Certainly, this particular Gopi has perfectly worshipped all-powerful personality of God, Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. O girls, dust of Govinda's lotus feet, so sacred that even Brahma, Shiva, and the other goddess Rama take that dust upon their heads to dispel sinful reactions." Over to you, Raghavati.
Thank you, Jai Krishna. Very nicely done.
Okay, thank you. And my husband wants to read today as well.
Well, get him. Is he floating in the sky over there? Sometimes there he is. Hey, Bob.
Do you want to read?
Take us to about 10 more if you don't mind.
Yeah. I looked this one ahead of time. No bad words for me to try to.
I help you out. Don't worry about it. Go for it.
Text 30, right?
Yes, sir.
These footprints of that special Gopi greatly disturbed us. Of all Gopis, she alone has taken away to a secluded place where she's enjoying the lips of Krishna. Look, we can't see her footprints over there. It's obvious that the grass and sprouts were hurting the tender soles of her feet, and so the lover lifted up his beloved. Please observe, dear Gopis, how in this place lusty Krishna's footprints are pressed more deeply into the ground. Carrying the weight of his beloved must have been difficult for him. And over here, that intelligent boy must have put her down to gather some flowers. Just see how this place, dear Krishna, just see how in this place, dear Krishna collected flowers for his beloved. Here he has left the impressions of only the front part of his feet because he was standing on his toes to reach the flowers. Certainly Krishna sat down here with his girlfriend to arrange her hair. The lusty boy must have made a crown for that lusty girl out of the flowers he had collected. Sukadeva Goswami continued, Lord Krishna enjoyed with that Gopi, although he enjoys only within, being self-satisfied and complete in himself. Thus, by contrast, he showed the wretchedness of ordinary lusty men and hard-hearted women. The gopis wandered about, their minds completely bewildered. They pointed out various signs of Krishna's pastimes. In particular, Gopi, whom Krishna had led into a secluded forest, when he had abandoned all the other young girls, began to think herself the best of women. My beloved has rejected all other gopis, she thought, even though they are driven by Cupid himself. He has chosen to reciprocate with me alone. As the two lovers passed through one part of the Vrindavan forest, the special Gopi began feeling proud of herself, and she told Lord Keshava, I cannot walk any further. Please carry me wherever you want to go. Thus addressed, Lord Krishna replied, just climb on my shoulder. But as soon as he said this, he disappeared. His beloved consort then immediately felt great remorse. She cried out, O master, my lover, O dearmost, where are you? Where are you? Please, O mighty armed one, O friend, show yourself to me, your poor servant.
Perfect. Thank you. That's wonderful. This is intense, isn't it?
It is.
I want to talk about this lusty stuff here in a minute, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. We're going to discuss this in a second. Go ahead and read, Ranga. I think you could finish out the chapter.
Yes, the chapter, and I might be starting the next one then.
Go ahead. How many verses in the next chapter do you know?
Out 19. It's real
Okay.
short.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Really short. Sukadeva Goswami said, while continuing to search out Krishna's path, the gopis discovered their unhappy friend close by. She was bewildered by separation from her lover. She told them how Madhava had given her much respect, but how she then suffered dishonor because of her misbehavior. The gopis were extremely amazed to hear this. In search of Krishna, the gopis then entered the depths of the forest as far as the light of the moon shone. But when they found themselves engulfed in darkness, they decided to turn back. Their minds absorbed in thoughts of him, they conversed about him, acted out his pastimes, and felt themselves filled with his presence. They completely forgot about their homes as they loudly sung the glories of Krishna's transcendental qualities. The gopis again came to the bank of the Kalindi, meditating on Krishna and eagerly hoping he would come. They sat down together to sing for him. So this is now the songs of the gopis in separation.
Continue, please.
The gopis said, "O beloved, your birth in the land of Raj has made it, my Guru Maharaj did a recorded tape of songs back in the 90s. And this is one of his songs. He sung these verses to a melody. It's so beautiful. I'll start again. Sorry, just brought it back. The gopis said, O beloved, your birth in the land of Raj has made it exceedingly glorious. And thus Indra, the goddess of fortune, always resides there. It is only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us. O Lord of love in beauty, your glance excels the whole of the finest, most perfectly formed lotus within the autumn pond. O bestower of benedictions, you are killing the maidservants who have given themselves to you freely without any price. Isn't this murder? O greatest of personalities, you have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger, from poisoned water, from the terrible man-eater Aga, from the great rains, from the wind demon, from the fiery thunderbolt of Indra, from the bull demon, and from the son of Maya, Danava. You are not actually the son of the Gopi, Yasoda, O friend, but rather the indwelling witness in the hearts of all embodied souls. Because Lord Brahma prayed for you to come and protect the universe, you have now appeared in the Satvata dynasty. O best of the Vaishnavis, your lotus-like hand, which holds the hand of the goddess of fortune, grants fearlessness to those who approach your feet out of fear of material existence. O lover, please place that wish-fulfilling lotus hand on our heart. O you who destroyed the suffering of Raj's people, O hero of all women, your smile shatters the false pride of your devotees. Please, dear friend, accept us as your maidservants and show us your beautiful lotus face. Your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all embodied souls who surrendered to them. Those feet follow after the cows in the pastures and are the eternal abode of the goddess of fortune. Since you once put those feet on the hoods of the great serpent Kalia, please place them upon our breasts and tear away the lust in our hearts. O lotus-eyed one, your sweet voice and charming words, which attract the minds of the intelligent, are bewildering us more and more. Our dear hero, please revive your maidservants with the nectar of your lips. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. Though these narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most magnificent. Does Jai Krishna or Monica want to continue?
Monica, you did such a nice job. There's 9 more. Would you like to take those and finish us out? You
I
mind?
will do my best. I will do my best.
Great, thank you. Jai Krishna, you're next if there's anything left, but I think we'll catch you next time. Go for it, Monica.
Your smiles, your sweet, loving glances, the intimate pastimes and confidential talks we enjoyed with you. All these are auspicious to meditate upon, and they touch our hearts. But at the same time, O deceiver, they very much agitate our minds. Dear master, dear lover, when you leave the cowherd village to herd the cows, our minds are disturbed with the thought that your feet, more beautiful than a lotus, will be pricked by the spiked husks of grain and the rough grass and plants. At the end of the day, you repeatedly show us your lotus face, covered with dark blue locks of hair and thickly powdered with dust. Thus, O hero, you arouse lusty desires in our minds. Your lotus feet, which are worshipped by Lord Brahma, fulfill the desires of all who bow down to them. They are the ornament of the earth. They give the highest satisfaction, and in times of danger, they are the appropriate object of meditation. O lover, O destroyer of anxiety, please put those lotus feet upon our breasts. O hero, kindly distribute to us the nectar of your lips, which enhances conjugal pleasure and vanquishes grief. That nectar is thoroughly relished by your vibrating flute and makes people forget any other attachment. When you go off into the forest during the day, a tiny fraction of a second becomes like a millennium for us because we cannot see you. And even when we can eagerly look upon your beautiful face, so lovely with its adornment of curly locks, our pleasure is hindered by our eyelids, which were fashioned by the foolish Creator. Dear Acuta, you know very well why we have come here. Who but a cheater like you would abandon young women who come to see him in the middle of the night, enchanted by the loud song of his flute? Just to see you, we have completely rejected our husbands, children, ancestors, brothers, and other relatives. Our minds are completely bewildered when we think of the intimate conversations we had with you in secret. Feel the rise of lust in our hearts and remember your smiling face, your loving glances, and your broad chest, the resting place of the goddess of fortune. Thus we experience the most severe hankering for you. O beloved, your all auspicious appearance vanquishes the distress of those living in Raja's forests. Our minds long for your association. Please give to us just a bit of that medicine which counteracts the disease in your devotees' hearts. Oh, dearly beloved, your lotus feet are so soft that we place them gently on our breasts, fearing that your feet will be hurt. Our life rests only in you. Our minds, therefore, are filled with anxiety that your tender feet might be wounded by pebbles as you roam about on the forest path.
Very wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is intense stuff. Okay, so raise your hand if you've ever been in love before with someone. I'm talking about conjugal love. Have you ever been in love with somebody, right? So that feeling of love was all encompassing, wasn't it? And when you fell in love, you fell. It wasn't that you could stand up. It was almost like falling. I mean, you're trying to stay up. You can't resist falling in love with somebody when it's just right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
fall in love, and that's why they call it falling, because you're out of control. No longer are you in control.
Yeah.
So I would say this, and you can quote me on this: the medicine to cure the insatiable disease called lust, which it's insatiable. No one can satisfy lust. It just burns brighter and brighter the more you throw on it. And it can make you crazy, perverted, weird. It can make you a criminal.
Mm.
You can go steal from people or rape people if you have this lust in the material world, because they want to enjoy you and they want to
Mm-hmm.
possess you. That's the opposite of the love that we're talking about. It has nothing to do
Yeah.
with the love we're talking about here today. This love is similar to material love, but because it's focused towards God, it's sinless. There's no sin. Sin means separation from God. So if you focus whatever it is that you have towards God. Now, this is crazy sounding, but I'm about to tell you something that might freak you out a little bit. But if you read the Vedas, it's full of this stuff, and you'll find out what we're talking about as you go along. You can be angry at God, and it can be an act of devotion. You can be lusty towards God and want to enjoy God or have God as yours, and that can be your perfection. You can actually hate God and still be delivered. There's all these stories, Kamsa, all these stories, Sutapa, all of these great stories where they hated God and they were
Mm.
envious of God and they wanted to kill God and they couldn't think of anything but that. So their minds were engaged in unfavorable acts of devotion to the Lord. And the
That's
Lord is so
funny.
kind, he even accepts your hate.
Yeah. Yeah. In the Psalms, David sometimes would complain to God. Why are you doing this? Why did you cause this to happen? Why aren't you helping me? But he's still thinking about God.
Still thinking about God. That's right.
Yeah.
And what was the one about who had to kill his son? What was that story? That was the story.
Oh, Abraham and Isaac.
Isaac, yeah.
Yeah.
So he took Isaac to the mountain. He was going to stab him and kill his own beloved son out of
Yeah.
love for God. He was willing to give up everything for the sake of God. Just like these gopis, it said, we've abandoned our husbands, we've abandoned our children, we've abandoned our families, we've abandoned society's rules and regulations, and we've come to you with lusty hearts. We want you so bad, but we don't
Yeah.
want you to exploit you like we do here. We want to serve you. That's the difference. Exploitation means a lot of times when a guy goes for a girl, he's looking at the girl thinking, oh, I could enjoy her body, or I could enjoy her. And of course, if she displeases me, that's
Selfish.
okay. I can discard her in a moment.
Yeah.
See, 74% of the people are saying, yes, I do, but then they don't. It's called
Yeah.
marriage.
Oh, that's
And
sad.
go,
Yeah. I think what you're talking about with the gopis' love of Krishna is communion. They want to be in communion with God.
you
They
do.
want to be with him and they want to feel his feet. They want to make sure there's nothing hurting him. And it's that care for the other. Like you were saying, you don't care about yourself, you're caring about the other.
Yeah. And when it's directed to Krishna, it's transcendental. When it's directed to the material world, it's material. So when you direct
Yeah.
away from Krishna, then it becomes your karma. And you can suffer and
Mhm.
enjoy that in millions of births and different lives and species. You can try all you want.
Right.
You're not going to be happy. So when you direct all of your love, all of your energy, all of your mind, and everything that you have to Krishna, that's transcendental. There is no karma. There's no sin in that, because God is your creator, and now you're communing, like you said,
Right.
connecting with. We call it yoga.
Ah,
Yoga means union. Yoke.
okay. Yeah.
Yoga means to yoke oneself. So in the Bhagavad Gita in 647, it says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatin antaratmana Shradavan bhajate yomam. Same yuktat mato mataha. It's very beautiful Sanskrit. It says, and of all those who wish union with me, or all yogis who want to be united with me, that person who always abides in me with great faith, worshiping me in transcendental loving service. Transcendental service. Not material.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
Right.
Loving service. That person is the most intimately united with me in yoga, in yoga, and that personality is the highest of all. This is Krishna's words in Bhagavad Gita. So these girls, they may be Aborigine girls, and they may appear to be unintelligent and uneducated and whatever, and they may be lusting after Krishna because he's the beautiful cowherd boy of Vrindavan. He's doing all these miraculous things. He's everyone's hero. Everybody adores him, right? Because we all adore God. We come from God, so everything he does is perfect. It's beautiful, and whatever he does is for the benefit of everyone, even the demons, all the devotees and even the demons. So we have to connect with God again. So we can do it in one of 5 rasas. We talked about that, right? Santa ras means neutrality. I'm just a stone. I'm a tree. I'm a creeper. Krishna comes by, touches me. That's my ecstasy. Even you could worship God in his impersonal feature, the light of God's body. People want to merge into that light. That's called eternal realization. It's Brahman realization. It's a partial realization of God. But beyond that realization is a Paramatma realization, which means I understand God is in every atom. I understand God is the super soul, even next to my soul. We're united like 2 birds on a tree in the heart. One bird is eating the fruits of the material world. The other bird is watching and witnessing and rewarding whatever your desires are. So you have to be very careful what your desires are, because you may desire something bad for you, and Krishna may go, no, I've told you don't do this in the Shastra and with the guru and the yogis, and everybody's telling you, no, it's not good. You still do it anyway. So now you have to take up your own karma. So Krishna is explain that very carefully so that we can know not to do those things. So it says that the ecstatic sentiments that the gopis had for Lord Krishna may appear like symptoms of lust. And we get confused by that. And there are many unscrupulous men and bogus yogis who would like to dance with the gopis like Krishna did. And they simply want to enjoy Krishna's possessions. It's like a robber. It's like a burglar. It's like a burglar.
Yeah.
It's like
but they take their mind off the prize, right? They take their mind off of
the
God.
prize.
Yeah.
That's right. The ultimate goal is Krishna. And so Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita about that in 9:22, he says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana parupasate kesham nitya bhayuktanam yoga kshenam bahamya. Very beautiful. I love Sanskrit. It's so good. And the vibration of mantra actually gives us realization of the meaning of the mantra as well. Did you know that? That's why we chant Krishna every day.
Okay.
That's why we do it, because we're asking God, please come to me. Please engage me. Please, reveal yourself to me and protect me. I have no place else to turn. No place else. No one can protect me but you. No one. Not the armies of the world. They're not going to protect you. So in that verse, it says, but those persons who worship me with devotion, always meditating on my transcendental form. See, Krishna's form is not material. It's transcendental. It's of a different strata. It's not of the material world. It's of the spiritual. Right. So it says, to them, I not only carry what they lack, but I preserve what they have. So Radharani was being carried on Krishna's shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so they only, they only saw one footprints. There's a thing in the Bible. We always talk about that thing. Is I saw 4 footprints in the sand and only 2. That's when you were carrying me, right?
Yeah.
And then they were watching Krishna's footprints, and they only saw his toes because he was reaching up to get some nice flowers for her.
Yeah.
to adorn.
They were a little jealous too, weren't they?
Well, they're jealous of each other, but it's transcendental. It's transcendental. There's competition in the spiritual world too. And there's two camps.
Okay.
There's two kind of camps of
Oh.
gopis in the spiritual world. Some of them are very nice, and some of them are a little mean. They give Krishna a hard way to go all the time, but he likes it.
Yeah, okay.
He likes it, just like
He has a sense of humor.
a man might like a spirited woman. Okay,
Yeah.
he might like that. So we get that from Krishna, right? So it's the same kind of thing. So Krishna carries what you lack and preserves what you have when you go to Krishna in meditation on him. So it's just like anything else. In the world, we think, I got to have money. More money, more money, more money, more. Maybe we spend our whole life, 40 hours a week. We don't see our children grow up. We don't see our family. We don't enjoy the money. We don't have time to spend it. Too busy greedily trying to get it. So what happens is all of that then is forfeited at the time of death, and someone else enjoys your hard labor.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you stories you don't want to know about, but I can tell you. Go ahead. What's your comment?
I think people forget that this earth existence is just part of a continuum. And we're here to learn and grow. And some of these you mentioned about the disease and the difficulties, but we learn through those as well. So I think it's okay to be thankful for when those difficulties and issues arise, and search for, realize that God is still protecting you, and just look for what you can learn.
Yeah, difficulties are there by the Lord's mercy. It's not. See, first of all, we take the world too seriously. This place is dust.
Yeah.
It's dust. This is dust in the wind. This is not real.
It's Maya. Yeah, it's all illusion. Yeah.
Illusion. Now, it seems real, but it has no real substance because it'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, it's the Matrix.
A few million years ago, there's supposed to be dinosaurs walking around everywhere. Now look at what we're dealing with. Well, soon this will be gone too. Like they gone to Mars and they go, yeah, it used to be inhabited, but it's not now. Well, okay, how many trillions of years does that take? We don't know. We don't even care. But we do know that because the world is temporary, we should not focus on that which is temporary. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the wise who know the nature of the material world as being temporary, they don't partake in its fruit. They don't want the results of their activity. They want to offer it in sacrifice to the Lord. So there's a verse Krishna says, Yagyartat karmanonya loko yam karma bandhana. What that means is that when you do your work for Krishna, there's no karma. Just like if a man goes to war and kills 1,000 men, he comes home, he's celebrated, given a big medal, the president goes, Purple Heart. So he thinks killing is good. He goes, kills a few more, and they put him in the electric chair. Why? Because he did it on his own volition when he did it in America, but he did it on the government's will on the other. So when you work for Krishna, no matter, like Arjuna was told, Krishna told him, he said, fight. Oh, skin of Bharata, go fight and claim the kingdom. Everyone died except for the 5 Pandava brothers. Krishna delivered them all. The world was overburdened with phalanxes of soldiers that were demoniac kings in the skies of demons disguised as a king. And so Krishna ridded the world of that. So that's the idea. So there's so much here. We could talk for days about this. I mean, I can think of 100 more things I want to say to you, but it's already 8 o'clock. But if you think about it this way, just like we are lusting after money or sex, or we're lusting after power, or we're lusting after fame, and you see people give their whole lives and they crash and burn for these things.
Yeah.
We should have the same desire towards Krishna, towards God, because everything that you're wanting is broken glass. Krishna is the diamond.
Yeah.
This is nothing but scattered broken glass, and you're going to cut yourself on these things.
Well, if you think of it as energy or vibration, when you are lusting after the things of the world, it's a lower vibration. It's a lower energy. Versus when you fix your mind on God and the things of heaven, that's a higher vibration. That's higher energy. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I totally get that. And the different kinds of love, like even in the Bible, there's agape. I forget what all the other types of love are. They have different names for the different types of love. Um, but we're living in very interesting times right now, and I think it's so important why I love to, and thank you for inviting me, by the way. I really enjoy this. I'm not a scholar by any means, but I feel the truth of what I read, and I really appreciate you taking the time to explain this.
Well, I'm happy that you're here and you're always welcome. We've been doing this now for over 52 years.
Whoa, okay.
I don't
Well, I'm
plan to
a little
stop.
late to the party.
I don't plan to stop. You're not too late. Don't worry. And the bottom line is there are hundreds of these lectures and talks that we have on YouTube, so you can catch up as much.
Okay.
3 o'clock in the morning, you can watch one, and it's not a
Oh,
problem.
wow. Well, Val said this is every Monday at 7, so I'll just plan on joining if that's okay.
That would be fantastic. So I'll end this conversation unless anybody else has another question. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, if no other questions, then I'll go ahead and I'll end this with a couple of verses that you can take to the bank. Because whatever you've done in the history of your existence for trillions of years, transmigrating from one body to the next, whatever that is, this will cure all of your problems. Krishna is the
Okay.
medicine to cure all of your problems. You take Krishna, everything is going to be good. So Krishna always encourages us in Bhagavad Gita 9:34. Krishna says, Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji nam namaskaru mami vaishashikon yuktvaivam atmanam matparayana. And that means that if you will simply engage your mind in thinking of me, Krishna is asking, think of me.
Mhm.
Always think of me. Please offer your respects. Don't be offensive to God. Offer your respects back. I'm giving you everything. Can you at least appreciate just a little bit? Just appreciate what I'm doing for you. Offer your worship. Worship means that I adore you. I want to do for you. I bought you a flower. I brought you some food. I brought you some, whatever it is, you're going to do these things for your beloved. And being completely absorbed in me in this way, Krishna says, surely you will come to me.
Mm.
Surely you will come to me. So just
Mhm.
know that to be an absolute fact, that if you can turn whatever you're doing in the material world, lust, greed, anger, animosity, whatever, you just turn it around. Give it all to Krishna. Always think of the Lord, adore the Lord for all he's given. Then surely you will come to Krishna. And so these gopis, they're so attached to Krishna, they cursed Krishna for making eyelids. They said, what? Who is this nonsense that created eyelids where we can't see you? We have to blink for a second and therefore we're separated from you. Who in the world would have thought of such craziness? And they gave him a hard way to go about it.
Yeah.
This is the type of attraction we need to have for Krishna. And if we can develop that we do that through the association of the Vaishnava. Vaishnava means one who worships the one God.
Mm.
Now, Krishna has expanded himself into Shiva and Brahma and all the other demigods. It's fine. They're all doing a great job. We respect them. We adore them. We appreciate them. But we know they get their powers from God, from Vishnu. We know that. So therefore, we're called Vaishnava. Vaishnava means one who worships the one supreme Lord, one without a
Yeah.
second. And so by doing that, then Krishna, it says, whatever you want in the Bhagavad Gita. He said, whatever you want. If you want all material things, come to me. If you want no material things, come to me. Whatever you want, you come to me. I'll take care of it for you. I've been taking care of this for eternality.
Yeah.
The
What
demigod,
makes you think yeah, God is saying what makes you think I can't give you what I
everything
know
you
is
need.
good for you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And by the way, the demigods they only live as long as the material world is here.
Yeah.
They die too. So
Yeah. Well, it's enlightenment. I mean, I think we're all on a path to enlightenment. And
So go to Krishna, and Krishna will enlighten you. He will actually take you and give you whatever you need. He says in 10:10 in the Bhagavad Gita, this is another verse since you brought that up. He'll give you enlightenment. He says, Tesham
yeah,
sakata yuktanam Bhajitam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam yantite. To those who are constantly devoted and they worship me with true transcendental love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So Krishna's taking care of all of this stuff for you. Spoke Bhagavad Gita for your benefit. Now you just have to avail yourself of this knowledge and you become Krishna conscious. When you become
yeah,
Krishna conscious, hey, listen, it's hard for me to go through a day and not think of Krishna constantly now after practicing this for 50 plus years. Everything I
yeah,
look at, go, oh, look at what you're doing, Krishna. I mean, sometimes it's hilarious. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a relationship.
yeah,
It's a real personal relationship that you develop. And that person,
yeah,
if you have that as a Christian, this will enhance them 10,000 times because now you'll have an
yeah.
understanding of who God is.
Well, I think the chanting helps because you have to think of Krishna as you're chanting,
That's right.
right? Yeah. So,
Prabhupada said that this is called the Hare Krishna movement. And
yeah,
why? Because we're here to spread God's names all over the planet, because that's the one thing that you can be guaranteed will deliver you from this birth death syndrome that
yeah,
we hate so badly. I mean, how many, I don't know how old you are, but I can tell you that most of the people that I've known in my life, I just was looking at a picture, and out of 7 people in the picture, 5 are dead. 5 are dead. They already had their
yeah,
shot. They took their shot and did what they did. But
yeah.
the shot that you're taking here has to be dedicated to Krishna, or otherwise it binds you to work in the material world. And you're going to come back here again and again. It's a razor's
And
edge.
work off the karma. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
And it's
I
a
get it.
razor's
I
edge.
just, oh, God has always protected me, always. And I've always known that. I've always known that. It's interesting too, because I do explain to my Christian friends about Krishna, and I said, it's just one God. It's just one God. I said, and he goes back to heaven. And then when things get bad on earth, he comes back. Every incarnation, he comes back. He gets a different name, but it's the same guy. And I said, look, we've got Christ, Krishna. And guess who Christ's cousin was? John the Baptist. Well, who's Krishna's cousin? Arjuna. Gosh, isn't that interesting? So,
Yeah, this gets
so many. I know. Yeah,
in
it's just
college. In
wow.
college, I was comparative religion. I studied comparative religion, and then I studied it later. So for me,
Yeah,
I was trying to find out because my parents were serious Christians. I mean, they were like
yeah,
what I call dyed in the wool, washed in the blood Christians. Okay, so they were pretty fanatical about it, and so I
yeah.
grew
It's
up
the
around them,
South.
and they were a bit like they said, "Don't question the Lord." That's number one. I
Hmm.
remember that one, and they said, "No one has seen the Lord," and I thought, "Really? No one?"
Really?
They thought, "Well, no, he's just been a burning bush or a voice in the sky," and I'm like, "There's got to be more to it than that." So when I started
Yeah,
reading the Vedas, and I realized that the Vedas outdate the Bible by thousands and thousands of years, even. And then I go back to the rest of the story. There's information. Christ Jesus said, "There's so many things I would like to tell you, but you cannot hear them. You're not ready
that's
for
right. You're not ready for it.
them."
Yeah,
So
yeah. And
this
there's so
process,
much more. There's so much more. I mean, think about the Nag Hammadi. Think about all the Dead Sea Scrolls. Think about all the information for all these millennia that have been out there. So I find I find there are people that hold on to these sayings very tightly, and that works for them. I try to do what what I feel is moving me in a direction that God's calling me. And I haven't always, been good about being on that path, but I'm better now.
well, it's a matter of time. And by the way, we have eternal time on our side.
That's right.
And so
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can get lost in the material world. Prabhupada has recommended that we take this life. You've had millions, you've
Right.
already had everything. It didn't satisfy you. You're still here looking for it. Now you found Krishna. Now you found the
Hmm.
source of everything. Krishna says, Sarvadharma Prityaja Mamikam Saranambraja. I am the source of all the material spiritual world. Everything is coming from me. The wise who know this perfectly surrender to me and worship me and love me with all their hearts. So our goal is to love Krishna with all of our hearts, to give ourselves back to God. We've taken ourselves away. We've been born in darkness. Now we're trying to get to enlightenment. Krishna is light. So Krishna is the source of all light. So when we go
Yeah.
back to Krishna, all of the things you've ever wanted will be returned to you as your rightful inheritance. It's
Hmm.
yours already. You're the one that has forfeited it because you've had separated desires. You wanted
Right.
something different. Now you've got the knowledge to know that Krishna is there. And you can call his name. And when you do, just simply by calling his name, you become purified because you associate with God. Just like you put a cold iron in a fire, it acts like fire, no longer iron.
Yeah.
So you become spiritualized and you are filled with what we call bhakti shakti,
Mm.
of
Okay.
the energies of love of God. So for me,
Yeah.
I'm as happy as I could ever be. Stuff happens. Yeah, people die. I lose. I gain. I this, that. You know, Krishna says, Matra
Mm.
skarsas takontaya satoshna sukaduka. Sukaduka means, yeah, there's going to be bad and good in the material world.
Huh.
There's going to be sun one day and rain the next. Just get used to it. It's yin and yang.
Yeah.
You got to do.
Yeah. It's the opposition in all things. Like, how do you appreciate your health if you've never been sick? How do you appreciate, you know what I'm saying? There has to be, like you said, that yin and yang.
Well, that's what Krishna
Yeah.
did to the gopis. They started getting familiar. And
Mm.
it became mundane almost. Not mundane, I'm saying, but it can be. Just like when you're too familiar with a person that you love, then you develop a
Take it for
contemptuous
granted.
nature, contemptuous toward.
Yeah.
And so Krishna will not stick around for that. He don't want you to
Right.
have the opportunity to become offensive to him again. He doesn't want that. He's not offensive to you. He's delivering you from everything, protecting you from everything, feeding you, nurturing you, giving the body you live in, the parents that you have, the money that everything that you have. It's all Krishna's energy. So now we
Yeah.
give it back, but he doesn't take it. He leaves it for you. But by
Mm.
offering it, see, it's like a child. You give a child what is it called? An allowance. Let's say you give them
Okay.
$10 or $5. The kid's looking at the $5 bill, going, "This is great." What if the child actually went out and spent it on you and brought you something nice? That's what
Oh,
we need to do for Krishna.
yeah.
We got
Yeah. Take our time and our talents. And I try to think too about being a light in the world because of what's going on. And it's hard to love others if you don't love God, right? I think you learn how to love others by loving God.
well, most people don't know who God is, so it's impossible for them to really love Him. Most people are
Huh.
taught that God is the one who's sitting on a cloud with a big gavel. He's an old man. He's
It's-
sending you to eternal hell.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah, the Old Testament God.
can I be candid?
Hmm.
That image is the
Hmm.
worst
Of course.
possible image you could ever have of God.
Yeah.
There's no worse image you can have because that's
Yeah.
not at all his idea. That's our
Mm.
idea. And that, by the way,
Right.
the Council of Nicaea, who also
Oh,
wrote all those books,
don't get me going on that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
you
with you.
understand
I'm
they
with you.
created an ultimatum because they want you in the church. As a matter of fact, their ultimatum was so strong that if
Yeah.
you didn't accept it, you were persona non grata. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
That means
Yes, I
you
do.
were cattle.
Yeah.
Personally, you were no better than cattle, and you could be killed, and there
Yeah.
was no sin for it. And they would
Yeah.
take your property and give it to the church because that
Yeah.
liberated you.
It's about control, and it's not a godly place, but I mean, we can recognize it for what it is. And I look at people and go, if what you are doing and what you believe is working for you and you are happy, then why would you look for something else? But if there is some element of this isn't really working for me. I have a desire for more knowledge. I have a desire for something else, greater happiness and joy, more serving. Then go find that because it's out there. And
Well, people
yeah,
are
it's interesting.
they're numb. It was
Yeah,
their senses are completely numb. They've had too much to
yeah.
eat. They've had too much to drink. They've had too much to smoke. They have
Oh boy.
too much sleep. They've had too much
Yeah,
sex. They've had too much
yeah,
everything, and nothing satisfies them. So if
yeah.
you want to know God, then you have to calm down. It says in the Bible, it said, "Be still and know that I am
And
God."
know that I am God. Yeah.
If you're busy running every second like a dog, chasing his tail, or chasing the she dog, or the trash can, or whatever it is you're after,
Yeah, yeah.
you're
Yeah.
not
Totally get it.
you're not being still. You're not being quiet.
Right.
You're doing all the talking. So God has to be able to talk to you, and that's done in silence. True silence is in His name. And when you're
Oh,
vibrating
wow,
His
that's deep.
name, that's true silence.
Wait, say that again. That's really deep.
When you
True.
vibrate God's holy names, that
Okay.
is true silence because it is not a material sound vibration.
Okay.
It's a
Wow.
transcendental sound that brings God
Okay.
to you, and you
Okay.
unites you with God in that mantra.
Ah, okay.
So that's what we're teaching. So you're
Yeah.
a wonderful, wonderful person to speak to tonight, Monica. We're very pleased that you're here. It's very exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I mean, I have a little bit of a history. I followed a guru for a while who kind of went a weird way. And then I was so lucky to be able to meet Keshava Swami. And he came, so I came from ISKCON Phoenix. And just I learned so much from them. And then I came out to Northwest Alabama, and yeah, so I call myself a Hare Christian because I have the picture of Christ next to the picture of Krishna. And anyone that comes into my house, they see them both side by side. I have my little altar. I chant, and I'm happy. Um,
It will make you
you
happy.
know, yeah, yeah, but thank you so much. And it's beautiful meeting the other folks on this call. And I'll look forward to learning from all of you.
And the bottom line, if you love the Son, you're probably
Yeah,
going to love the Father. If you love the Father, you're probably going to love the Son. So I think it's a perfect marriage. I really do. So thank you
yeah,
so much. We're all brides of Jesus, okay, tonight. And we're also brides of the Lord, Krishna. It's the same thing. So, guys, I'm
yeah.
going to end the class for the benefit of everybody, but I'm going to leave you with this one last verse that you can meditate on. Because Krishna, in the 11th chapter, verse 54 of the Bhagavad Gita,
Right.
Krishna is very clear about what he wants you to do. And the verse is Bhaktya Chwanandya Sakya Aham Evam Vidorjuna Gyantum Drastum Chitatvena Paravestum Cha Parantapa. What that means is only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am standing before you. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So take that with you, as they
Wow.
say, put that in your pipe, and you will feel better because Krishna will reveal himself to the ones who love him. Thank you so much,
Wonderful.
Monica, and everybody else for being here tonight. And if you would chant with me, Hare
Yeah.
Krishna,
No,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week, same time, same station. Hare Bol.
That's good. Bye.
Bye bye.
Haribo.